One trade can change everything.
Hello everybody, welcome to today's market update. I hope that you guys got a chance to watch the live stream. If you haven't, no worries, we'll do a brief recap here. We've had an awesome morning trading this new range. And I said this all the time. I mean, with price, what you get is a massive move in a range, a massive move, a range, a move, range, move, range, move. And then, here we had some ranges on the way down. And now again, I'm looking to put in some degree of a range before then. Seeing if we get a move up or, to the downside. I, in this area, would feel more compelled to see some reversion to the upside rather than continuation to the downside. But, again, we'll just have to sort of wait and see and take a look at that. We are very, very close to what would have been my final target for this move down. I certainly did not expect for it to happen this quickly. I closed my short from up here. I entered virtually the Pico top on this. And at the bottom here was up about 2K%. So I've closed that out. I don't want to deal with it anymore. I'm moving on to the next trade. I'm very happy with my profits on that. And from here, I would rather look for some kind of a new setup, right? I do believe that this move kind of reached a point of exhaustion. We'll see some sort of a range and then, more likely than not, see kind of a move to the upside. At the very least, a small one, maybe back up to, around this zone before then, continuing lower. So with that said, let's take a look. We'll just briefly go over kind of our lower time frame view here. So when I got up this morning, price was right around here. And I had not drawn out this channel yet, but I took a look at this and I thought to myself, okay, we have unemployment data coming out. What typically happens during this data releases? Well, there's usually a lot of volatility. And typically with that volatility, we see a lot of liquidations. Well, where would the most number of liquidations be? Well, when I look at this chart, we see, okay, we had a move down here. Okay, another one liquidated. So we've already taken all the downside. More likely than not, we're probably going to sweep these highs here. So I did then shortly thereafter draw out almost identically this channel. I've made some small adjustments since then. But almost identically this channel. Longed here, took profit at the midline, shorted here, took profit at the midline, long here, took profit at the midline, shorted here, took profit at the midline. And now I'm simply, holding that short still. And I'm still holding my long from here with a 25% runner after having taken profit from here. So that's gone really well. I basically have traded this range and I will continue to do so until it breaks. Anytime price comes to the bottom, I will long, take profit at the midline, take profit here, leave a 25% runner in case we have continuation. And then I will short, take profit here, hold a 25% runner in case we, break down. Right. And so I'm just sort of going to rinse and repeat this channel trading method. It works really, really well. And go from there, right? I personally, as I see this, we are right above quite a bit of heavy support down in here. This is a zone I really have had my eye on. And why don't we just briefly, we'll go ahead and go back to our daily chart here. And I'll kind of show you guys just quickly what I've been looking at is, this kind of a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll go ahead and hide these. And we'll hide this. Actually, I'm just going to, yes, I will hide this. And, then seeing like some kind of an ABC, I was looking for something like this actually was what I wanted was like this. But we've just gone straight down, right? And so like really what I would have been looking for, let's go ahead and put on the 618, is I was looking for a move down to here. Let's see the 0.5. Yeah, I was looking for a move down to here, which is also the bottom of the range, right? And also there's a high volume node. I don't know if it'll be on this chart, but we can go ahead and try and take a look. Yeah, so you can see not only is it the bottom of the range here, but it's also the 6.6 and the 6.18 fall right on top of the point of control as well as the value area low for this range. So for me, you know, we're right above some pretty key support. We're holding the 200-day moving average right here. And that's fine. I'm happy to put in a range here, but I wouldn't be surprised if that range, you know, at some point dip down into there before then, you know, getting some kind of a move up. So it's something that we'll have to keep an eye on, right? But overall, this is kind of what I'm looking at. I was looking for this kind of being my final zone here for a long that I will then trade, you know, back up to the midline here and maybe even the top of the range or even the value area high here, right? And we can talk more about those values as price sort of develops. Similarly, on Ethereum, we had an H12 order block in here that we did bounce down to. Let's just take a look at that. H12 OB. Yeah, so I've been eyeing this for quite some time. We did bounce and find some degree of support in that zone. We also have this, I'll just go ahead and hide this briefly. You can see this trend line on the way up here that we have tapped very nicely. So this zone for me was, you know, this I was definitely keeping an eye on this area as an area of support, right? I was very much interested kind of in this general zone for some support. We hit that. We bounced right off of the trend line here as well as now reclaiming or holding that H12 order block. But again, I'm looking for some kind of a range to be put in here, likely to range, you know, moving up along with this trend line. So similarly to BTC, I did the exact same thing earlier this morning where I woke up, I saw this, I longed, took profit at the midline, short of the top, profit at the midline, long the bottom, profit, shorted, profit, and now I'm just sitting in my shorts. I'll happily short again here or long again here as to whichever one, you know, price sort of comes up on. And, you know, it's also Friday. As you guys know, I don't enter new positions on Friday because price does what over the weekends? Price typically ranges. So what better time for us to see this range here and, you know, hopefully maybe look to enter some trades over the weekend. I wouldn't typically do that, but if we do come down here, I will long. If we do come up here, I will look for some shorts and I'll continue to trade the channel with the expectation that it likely breaks to the upside, similarly to BTC, but also being prepared in the event that it does break down to the downside with a 25% runner on both ends. So yeah, we'll go ahead and leave it at there. I hope you guys did get in on that channel trading this morning. It was awesome. I personally have already taken 8 trades, and that was within a matter of 4 hours. And one last thing I will say, I can't emphasize this enough because I often see, I'll give you an example here. On this move down, I had a lot of people on this move down, a lot of people saying, hey, is it time to long? Hey, is it time to long? What are we going to do? What are we going to do? Well, I just want to make this very clear. You know, I had a lot of levels of support in this area. I had an H12 order block. I had an untapped daily level. I had 2 daily naked point of controls and a weekly naked point of control. And what did price do? Price simply sliced through every single bit of support level that I had. Slowly cut through. Okay, well, that wasn't what I expected, right? I had a plan. I wanted to see price come in here, hit that area and bounce, find support, but it didn't do that. So there was something else at work, right? Something else at work there that I wasn't privy to. And I'm not going to trade a market where I see that I have no edge, right? Price didn't find support where I was looking for support, where I was looking for some action to happen, right? So what did I do? I stayed out, I remained patient, and finally, when I woke up this morning, again, just like I said, you know, I wake up and price is looking, you know, right about here, And I'm looking at this and I'm thinking of the data coming out, and I'm looking at this, I'm thinking about the liquidity, and I say, well, I now have edge in the market again. I'm a great channel trader. I'm really good at identifying channels before they're put in. We just had this massive move down. Bears are exhausted at this point. There's quite a bit of liquidity towards the upside here. We have some incoming volatility with the data release. I'm going to long this and expect to move up and then short it back down, and I'm going to continue to trade this range. And, you know, fast forwarding, of course, as you guys know, like I said, four trades on BTC and 4 trades on Ethereum, simply just channel trading. You know, and the point I'm trying to get at is that I didn't have edge in the market here. I'm not going to force a trade. So many people are reaching out saying, hey, do we long? When do we long? Where are you looking for this to go down to? And I simply said, look, I'm going to wait for this thing to stop. I'm not going to, what am I going to do? There's nothing, I have no edge. There's no reason for me to take a trade. It's just kept falling, right? But now we get this bounce here, right? And it kind of does this and comes down and then finally gets the support here. And all of a sudden now, look at this. We have a range, a tradable range, right? We now have edge in the market. So anyway, do take some time to enjoy yourselves over the weekend. If you are going to trade the channel, just set some alerts. That's all I ever do. I just set the alerts here. If I get the alert to go off, I'll look at the chart. If it looks good, I'll take the trade. If it starts falling through or if it pumps out, then, you know, no trade. I very much just try to enjoy my weekend, so I hope you guys do too. If you have any questions, feel free to ask in the Discord. And as always, thank you guys for watching.